Last week was the Duo's console victory cash card, and if you played it or not, I'll be telling you for the next following weeks on how to qualify and actually make your first console earnings. It starts 1pm until 3pm, which is different compared to the usual times, so make sure you and your Duo don't miss it. The finals takes place 1 hour after you qualify, so 4pm until 5pm, and the format is 1 win equals to $200. If you are watching this video late, it won't make a difference because it's the same format. Also later this month there is a Duo's Divisional Trials tournament, basically confirming next FNCS will be Duos. So if you aren't on console, you can still learn some valuable tips and increase your chances in qualifying for that cup. Let's get into it. Starting off, it will be top 500 teams qualifying in round 1 to round 2, rather than a top 50, so you have a 10 times more chance of qualifying, which is very generous. You need to be ranked gold 1 in order to compete in this tournament, but realistically, if you haven't played ranked this season, you probably won't be on track to make your first earnings. Anyways, usually you are given gold 1 as the first rank if you haven't played before, so the requirement isn't really that hard. If you guys do need a duo for this tournament, just comment down below looking for a duo and a couple of things about yourself, like what region you play on and if you have any PR, also if you're an IGL or fragger. I believe this tournament isn't region locked, so if you do want to play cross region you can. Just make sure not to take any unnecessary fights, especially on high ping. If you are a fragger, you're expected to have the most kills and look back top in endgame or on height for any refreshes, whilst your IGL is topping. Each elimination will be worth 2 points rather than the normal one, so you will expect more people to W key. Just be aware of your surroundings so you don't get caught off guard. But there's also heavy placement from top 25 onwards. You get a plus 2 points, so staying alive in endgame will be crucial. Also getting a victory royale will be worth 9 points alone, so the win points do add up, just don't grief yourself for elimination points. Stick around until the end of this video to find out the exact amount of points you'll need to secure a call for EU and NA Central, the most played regions. This tournament consists of 7 games in a 2-hour time frame, so making sure you play good every game is crucial. And going forward, I'll explain what you should be doing in the first 5 games, giving you a good understanding and maximising your points. Also what drops where you should be landing at so you don't just die off spawn. Following off with the ideal loadout you should be carrying every game. Game 1 you need to W key, not in a way to grief your whole match, but just to be aggressive. Because this is the game where you aren't playing a set lobby with a similar skill level to you. Meaning you could be versus literal bronze players who haven't touched tournaments before, so make sure you are confident but also playing smart by rotating early and able to punish late rotators. If you and your duo can try aim for a 15 kill win, that will be a really solid first game, putting you on 80 plus points. You also want to be capping out your mats as much as possible. If that means boxing up then going out to refarm, then do so. Just make sure it's clear and you don't get damaged for it. Metal is the hardest material to find this season and has been for these past seasons, so going to a gas station just to refarm or mining metal walls to get as much as you can will definitely play a big factor. Game 2, after you won that or got some points in the endgame from the previous match, this game will be more sweaty since you are in a set lobby with players having a similar skill level. And these won't be your typical rank players that you can easily kill. They'll put up a fight and do anything in their power to get you eliminated or grief. So try your best to make endgame and rack up those placement points. If you did have a rough first game and say you got about 8 points, that's fine, because you won't be in the most sweaty lobby and you'll be versus average players. Just make sure your mindset is right and pick up on the mistakes you made from the previous game. Game 3, typically you want to be around a minimum of 100 plus points by now, but if you are surely playing that's fine because one endgame can change this. The lobbies are quite dead in game 3 because everyone is in their own head and just focusing on the win and trying to make points back from the last game. Game 4, you might notice the lobbies being more stacked since everyone will be playing passive, trying to avoid fights and make endgame. You don't want to take unnecessary fights, griefing yourself at the same time, especially if Storm is far away. Best thing to do is disengage, use your mats to block them off and reform once you're in the middle of the map. Don't box up early on because you will get W keyed. Also I do recommend keeping an eye on the map just to see where the medallion is and having a good distance away from them. Once you get in the vision of a medallion player, they'll hunt you down, especially now with the medallion it gives you double jump, making it so you can't outrun them. Now if you are a confident player, by any means go for the medallion or fight them, but just know once you are find medallion or you have one yourself, you will be the center of attention and everyone will focus you, making all your shields and mats get rinsed, so it's a risk if you're willing to take, it's on you. Game 5, you want to be on 150 plus points by now, which if you had 100 points after game 3, this is 100% achievable. For these following games, you need to be focused on making endgame and racking up those placement points. Also working together as a duo, having both of you live endgame increases your chances by winning for 50%. Just play together and give clear comms throughout the matches. Moving into what you should be holding for your inventory every game, this is definitely important and some people make many mistakes on. by picking up the wrong guns, causing you to deal less damage each fight or be behind on rotates. You have two choices for the shotgun, number one being the Wrecker revolver shotgun. This being the best in the game at the moment, it deals the most damage and has 6 to 8 bullets before it needs to reload. Also the range on this is insane, hitting up to 60 damage from very far away. The second shotgun being the Sentinel, it's been in the game for a couple seasons now, so I'm sure everyone is familiar with this, and it does nice body shot damage, but the main thing, the strong structure damage, helping you easily replace walls with your own. In my personal opinion, I think the Wrecker revolver is the best, and I see many pros take this preferred to anything else. For your second gun is the OXR rifle. This is the best AR in the game at the moment and there's no question about it. This gun is very accurate and the damage is good as well. The only downside to this gun is you only have 21 bullets until you need to reload, rather than the usual 30 on a rifle. But it's a quick reload, so not really an issue. There is also the Hammer AR. For me it's not as accurate, but it's personal preference. I'll just say the OXR is the best for the season. For rotation this season it's very balanced, there's fizz and crash pads, so nothing overpowered that you can't take damage without. You can also recycle other people's crash pads on rotates if you didn't find anything. Just make sure you go at the right time or you will end up getting knocked out of the sky. I recommend going when the zone is right on you, because this is the time when everyone else will be going, making it less attention brought to you. If one of you can hold fizz, this will be good because it's shield, but also you can tap it for small rotates or even use it to take height, giving you no full damage. For shields there's no chucks anymore, but you can find blue slurps that give you 75 shield, which is worth carrying. If you can get high enough rank you can get gold loot drops giving you gold slurps. There's also chuck splashes now, so very fast heals for the season, just don't give it to Higgs. I recommend 6 minis and 3 medkits. This will be the easiest to find, and with meds you can play Storm to clutch up extra placement or lurk on someone, or if you just don't have any mats it's just an easy way to play it out. In round 2 you'll get to play 3 games, and any game you win you'll be rewarded with $200. But realistically you can only play 2 games out, so be careful you don't miss any games. This round everyone will be extremely passive since there's no elimination points. Make sure you prepare for endgame with lots of fills and mats because it usually comes down to heal off in these victory cash cup formats. Remember Siphon is on, so if you can get killed and play medkits, just don't rush anything at the end. One of the most important things I always say for these tournaments is making sure you have a set drop spot and you know where you're trying to land at before the tournament actually starts. If you and your duo are able to practice that drop spot and able to master all spawn fights, also know the chest spawns and all the secret spots to get the best loot, this will really help you win fights. Instead of landing blindly at random spots you're unfamiliar with and getting wiped off spawn, ruining your mentality. You need to make sure you have a set loot path and know where to rotate after landing there. If this happens you'll be set up well for this tournament and be ready for any fights. Now I'm nice enough to actually give you 3 drop spots to work with, so hopefully increasing your chances in qualifying and decreasing your chances in dying or spawn, helping you make endgame. Drop spot number 1 is right behind the Outlaws Oasis POI. It's a tennis court with 9 total chest spawns, but there's a couple reasons why this spot is actually good. Number 1, it's completely edge map, minimizing your chances of being contested. With that being said though, I would expect at least 1 team. But it's also a spot very easy to rotate, there's a road leading around and you can follow it whilst mining up and heading to the middle zone. You can also mine metal here from a boss, but also the job itself has metal, making it very valuable. Just watch out from the other POIs around you, because they will tend to look at you after they finish fighting. This is a drop spot where you don't want to be standing out for too long unless you've pulled zone, otherwise quickly loot up and rotate out fast. Drop spot number 2 is right behind the resistance space POI, being 3 houses and having 14 total chest spawns. I would say you should only expect 1 team contesting you here as well, because it's at the top of the map and out of the way. There's also lots of brick to mine up and trees around you, so for mats you should be fine. And you can find some extra chests on the way to circle. Make sure you do rotate early here as well, always try aim for the middle zone because that's where the circle will be, but don't minus the white line, meaning you go straight in a line to zone, rotate around and work your way in, being dead side, ideally all the time. Lastly, for drop spot number 3 is the OXR outpost. These move throughout the games, one being near Kappa Kappa and the other one I know of being at Canyon Crossing. There's 7 chest spawns and 4 OXR chest spawns in total, which can give you insane loot. Just be mindful you have 1 to 2 teams contesting you here. And there's bugs, so don't get caught up shooting them or you can get snuck up on. Maps wise, I know near Kappa Kappa there's lots of brick to mine up, but this spot you don't want to spend too much time at, more than 2 minutes here. It's just a place to get loot and either fight or move on. Just look at the map before the start of your game and you should see a symbol on the map showing you where it is. Now these are the spots I recommend, so if you do want to try them out beforehand and rank just to see the feel of them, go ahead. But if you have a set drop spot already, stick with that and work on being fast at looting up. Obviously landing at a named POI will increase the people contesting you, so just be aware of that. This is the main part of the video and what most of you have all been waiting for. the exact amount of points you will need in order to qualify for round 2 and potentially make earnings. So with last week's tournament already ended, this gives me a better estimate of the points you will need. Last week to qualify in EU it was 244 points, which was much lower than last season. I'm guessing this is because the rotation isn't as overpowered anymore, making people get less points in the endgame. But for secure call, it's going to be 260 points for both EU and NA Central. You definitely don't need to aim just for call, especially because every week will go up. This means you want to be aiming for 37 points each game, but even if you mess up, remember you can still make it back with a heavy endgame clutch. For NA Central, I understand the slower points than EU, but if you can set that up as a goal to work towards in this tournament, then you will 100% qualify. If you find that your aim or your mechanics aren't up to your standard and want to improve them, then I highly recommend my settings. You can find them on my channel, and this was my gameplay mostly throughout this video, just casually playing ranked. But if you want to get better, definitely play creative and play ranked. It will get you familiar with the format, also understanding different players' playstyles. I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember you still have multiple chances to qualify since this is an ongoing tournament. Just keep improving throughout the weeks and pick up on your weaknesses. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Peace.